I've really felt like if a man has children somewhere and he gets with someone who has children, I think it's a bit of a techie situation, because now your partner's kids get more of you than your actual kids. So it's either, how about we stay where we had kids, or you be with someone, but unfortunately, we can't do the same.
So hold on. You're not for being with someone that has children?
I'm for being with someone that has children. My issue is with that is, in terms of you being in the house and paying more of a dad role to my kids than your own, that's where that's not a possibility for me.
But that's mad though, because imagine if his baby mum wanted to be the primary caregiver, and he was agreeable to that, then he had his children, I don't know, 3 times out of the week instead of the 4, because that's enough to make you the primary caregiver, and that he's living in a house with you and the children come over. Like, I think that's just a way of how things would just happen naturally.
Yeah, I don't want you to be more of a dad to my children than your own. Sorry, it doesn't, like, it's not. No.
Well, the thing, I'm just gonna show you a little flip side.
Yeah,
I hear what you're saying as well, but then there's kids, because kids are fresh, exciting human beings to this world. Everyone's their hero. And it's the same with, like, like with dogs, even if you've got the most wicked man in the room, that dog's still gonna love that wicked man. That's how it goes, So with kids now, so imagine you're in a relationship, you got this guy, he's cool, and then sometimes kids are afraid of the new partner, especially when their dad's left the house, so they're like a bit wary on, like, the new partner, and it's even like that with when the other way around, with when the daughter's got to see the girlfriend. Do you know what I mean? All of that. But what if a natural connection is made? You know what I mean? A natural connection is made, and like I said, to everyone, when you're a kid, everyone's a hero. Everyone that looks up, and
that love is amazing. But like you said, if we have 80s love, whereby we're talking about, like, or some of our parents love that, no matter what, we're going to get help, we're going to go for it. I'm going to stay here at least until the children get to a point where whatever we do doesn't affect them. But nowadays, tomorrow I don't love you, and they walk out. And you don't just walk out from me, you walk out from my child. And that for me is an issue.
Yeah.
Because you're not just walking away from that, you're walking away from possibly one or more kids because you're not happy or it's not working out.
So you suffer? What, the person suffers, stays in a relationship to suffer?
The point is not about that.
It is, because if you're unhappy and you need to break up, but relationships, why do you need to stay in the yard?
You're not going to be happy all the time. I'm going to bring up my friend again. That's the point where people can't be in relationships. A relationship is not happy all the time.
No, but then you could have gone through a duration of
it's about domestic violence.
No, I'm not talking about domestic violence either. I'm just talking about the fact that you can be in a relationship with someone and fall out of love with them.
Yeah, that's fine.
And you're no longer happy.
So what?
Therefore,
you work on it.
No, but how about we worked and it doesn't work? Like, that's madness.
No.
Well, I should stay and
work
suffer.
Hard enough. No, you're not suffering.
Bonkers.
You're not suffering. But it's not about your child. Then the child's best interest isn't at heart, and that's the problem.
No, but then your emotional, mental health can impact. Children can feed and feel all these things, the way you correspond, the way that you maneuver and all that type of stuff. And then what? I just don't agree with people saying that they just need to stay because they need to stay for the kids, because you can have an even more significant detrimental impact on the child by staying. I think once you come to a decision about how you co-parent and it works for all, including the children, as long as you make that the best scenario, I think that is the best scenario.
So when you leave, someone else you're going to meet, you're also going to be happy with that person. All you're going to keep doing is go to, I'm not happy. Okay, so I go to Sheila. Oh, I'm not happy now. So go. No.
So you only introduce your children when you know that this person's 30. You've got someone, you've met
never
someone.
Know.
Oh yeah. Can I just say something? Yeah. You know, this is what I hate. You see all these dating apps, It really does my head in. When you go on the girl's dating profile, and she's saying, she's got a picture of her and her kid in all 3 pictures, and I'm thinking, why do I need to see that? Why do I need to know that about a woman? Why can't a woman just tell me that after about 10 dates? You know what I mean? Like,
because then it's trickery, Foxamous.
No, but she needs to tell you there and then.
No, but on the profile. So now I've already judged you. I'll put you in a category.
Okay, true.
I'll put you in a category, and I'm going to swipe the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear that.
Because initially we have to trick you into it. It's like women have to.
I ain't tricking nobody.
It's like women have to make. It's like if you don't have children, you're single, you're looking for something. you're now, so basically what you're saying is, make me like you first, and then when I've liked you and I'm locked in, then tell me about the kids. And at that point, I love you so much now, I ain't even gonna go nowhere.
That's advice from the mama podcast, you know.
Fuckery. I don't.
It is
fuckery. That's called trickery.
It is.
You're a sorcerer at this point.
Yeah, but listen,
you're a sorcerer. You're a sorcerer.
Let me show you on a deep level now.
Let
me show you on a deep level now.
Yeah.
Some certain nasty man, certain nasty P man are on these dating websites, and they're gonna swipe as well. Why are kids on dating sites? This is a dating site for me to find a girl or a girl to find a man.
Yeah.
And then
because initially the dating app is for you. It's a you and them situation.
I don't agree with the picture thing.
Yeah.
And so before you even start, are there a lot of women that do that?
Well, I can't. Well, we can't.
No.
Probably.
That's what I'm asking. Is there a lot of women that
I think I
do that?
deleted it last night.
Yeah.
I went
Why?
mad and I got angry, innit?
Why?
I feel
upset you.
I feel like some women are using it as
and
a
I won't
selling
get any
point.
matches.
I feel like some women are using it as a selling
I've been all
point.
this time on it and I ain't getting no matches.
But it's just interesting that he's saying that it is.
Yeah, because he's seen it. If we were on, we wouldn't see it because we're looking at men. So we wouldn't see it. But that's weird.
There's not going to be many men like that.
Some men do use that.
Yeah.
As a pull-in, as an anchor.
As a pull-in.
Because some women are.
Oh, he's got keys.
You know, I can imagine me doing it. You know, me and my kid wearing the same clothes, like the same.
Yeah,
trainers,
some men do that.
Two suits.
Some men do that. I don't know, man. You just have to practice due diligence when it comes to the whole dating and the picnic thing.
I think that nobody wants to work at. I'm going back to the love thing because I've been reflecting. I've been a bit silent. I think that no one's trying to work at things.
Thank you.
Anymore.
Thank you.
So you can fall out of someone.
For
maybe a year, for a period.
Yeah.
You can fall out of love with someone.
Thank you.
But you can actually re-fall in love with them again because life is a circle.
See?
So what are we now going to separate, divide the house, divide everything, divide our
Because
whole
now
kids
you're not feeling happy.
because we fell out of love?
It's my point.
Remember, my perspective was that you've worked at everything and you tried everything. It's not a case of you just going, you know what, we've been arguing for a couple of months, F you, let's get a divorce.
You ain't trying to be
but you never know that you've tried everything because, again, next year you may feel very differently. Right. Do you get what I mean?
It's a tricky
I think obviously the reason why a lot of relationships don't really work these days is because people don't want to try and nobody wants to put the work in.
Exactly.
So if you're not willing to put the work in at just the relationship level, how are you then going to get to the next level?
Right.
If you're running away because you had an argument or situations happen and then you ghost your girlfriend, you don't speak to her for a couple of days, she doesn't know where you are, what you're doing, who you're with, and then you pop up again like everything's dandy.
And imagine there's children involved
and then there's children involved in that whole dynamic.
Yeah.
Do we just walk away? Are we going to keep working? And then how do we then get to the next level where we're actually together in a household and we're actually managing that? Because you've already shown me at relationship stage that you can't manage. You can't do it here. So how are we going to get to the next level? So my thing is, I think that relationships tend not to last because our age and younger, we're just quick to just say, cut it.
That's my thing.
Let's done the dance. We've tried, and the trying may not be equal on both parts. One person might be putting in more effort, and then the other person might be like, well, she's doing all of that, so I'm just going to chill.
Yeah.
But then there's no actual okay, cool. There's no grace for the fact that we're humans and we evolve. And actually, this month, in fact, this 6 months, I love you.
Right.
But the next 6 months, I'm in love with you. And I've actually seen you again for the person that I fell in love with back then. Yeah. And that's why I would always say, it's about time.
It's work.
If it's all about falling in love and out of love, I'll say that's something that can be worked on. But if it's to do with anything extreme, then obviously, then I'll say, cut, understandably. Yeah. But if it's just saying, I'm not in love, that's just a feeling. You're basing it off of feelings.
And that's why people don't get to the marriage stage. Because it's one thing to walk away from the girlfriend stage, but the marriage stage, you don't just go, I'm just going to walk away. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
You lot are all thinking of marriage, innit? All you ladies are thinking about marriage, aren't you?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean?
Foxamous, remember, men don't, but like you said before,
I just said.
We grew up in Disney, so why would we not?
Yeah.
I know.
That's the end goal for us, I guess.
I didn't want to be Prince Aladdin, though.
Who did you want to be?
Let me try and think.
Hercules.
No, not that cartoon one.
No, Hercules was a bit mad with the chin.
Yeah, the bum chin, innit? The aggressive bum chin. Who did you want to be?
Batman.
That's Marvel. That's not even
Marvel.
I
wanted
That's
to be Batman, innit? Yeah, when I was when I was in school,
DC.
You know when it was windy? You see when it's windy in school, my jacket, when it used to blow, innit? I felt like Batman, innit? I actually felt like him, I remember.
Do you know in school, did you get bullied?
Yeah.
Why? No, let me not say why, because I can tell you why.
Why did you ask that?
No, because I'm just asking.
Yeah.
You're different, innit?
Huh?
You're different.
Yeah, but that's what turned me into a beast.
Okay. What do you mean? Explain that.
Made you determined?
No, it made me learn how to fight. It made me learn how to fight and look after myself.
I hear it.
The first time I ever got punched was in secondary school.
Mm.
And
never again.
Well, somebody said that I said something like this guy's mum. And I was so young at the time that I didn't know how to diss people, and I didn't know you could say something about someone's mum. It wasn't in my DNA. It wasn't what? Something about I didn't know that was how you I don't even know if I knew what this meant. If this meant, yeah. So somebody told this guy that I said something about his mum. He came and punched me up. This is the first time I ever got punched. And it was like my third day of secondary school. And I was so upset. I was crying. I was crying in the corner of school. I didn't want to be at that school at all anyway, and that just made it worse. And the person that did it to me, he was a bit of a troublemaker. He went to my Sunday school. Used to cause a lot of issues and tell a lot of lies. And he'd rang my mum before and told him that I'd spat on him. I did spit on him. But he spat on me first, didn't it? But he didn't. He ran my mum, and my mum don't want to hear what I got to say in it. And I'm getting some licks in it, licks down, and he can hear it down the phone and all that. So when I had that time I got punched in the face for the first time, I'd already had issues with this person, and then in the beef, imagine I'm getting bullied at school, yeah, but then my mum hears about it, innit? And my mum's got this. She's like brainwashed herself to think if I hear something outside. That's not from your mouth about you, you're getting licks in it. So my mum's programmed her brain to do it. Yeah. I got some severe licks in it, yeah. I got the rolling pin in it. She used to hit me with the rolling pin. Then my brain went ping pong ping. Headshot season, ping pong ping. Black, purple, red is my skin. So yeah, that's what happened, and then she took me down the guy's house and beat me in front of his mum with the belt. Yeah.
That's really sad, Foxy.
Yeah, it was awful. Sorry. I'm not gonna lie, it was awful. It was like
she tried to do public humiliation, basically.
Yeah.
But it was on an extreme level.
Took me to the guy's yard. Took me to the guys and said, "Tell her what you said about her." Tell the guy's mum in it. And I didn't say nothing about the guy's mum, and I was trying to tell her. I was trying to tell my mum. I was trying to say, I didn't, and then it got to the point where I got so much licks. Because when they took me down the house and they said, so what's been going on with you? And I nearly said the guy's name. And they said, his mum said it, what's been going on with you two? And then she said, I was about to explain that he always tells me to go away from all the kids at school. He's always rude to me, he laughs at my clothes and all that stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not, like, I got nice clothes. I got some real nice clothes here, but I'm not really into clothes, innit? I was always into like art or having a nice day out. You know what I mean? I prefer those things, innit? Yeah, experiences and memories. So when I was about to explain to them and tell them everything, this guy's been doing this. So what's been happening is, and then bam, I'm feeling the belt in the face. Bam, bam. You know what I mean? Bam, innit? And then I couldn't explain like the truth and what really happened. And then in the end, I just stayed quiet. I couldn't say nothing. And they said, and then the boy because remember, the boy who had punched me up, yeah, he found out that I hadn't said nothing, and he was begging me for forgiveness and sorry. This is before the day of my mum, innit, getting involved. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm in the house, yeah, he doesn't stand up and say, listen, this is what happened. He's watching me getting licks from my mum. You know what I'm saying? So in the end, he said something pathetic. Yeah, he said, what did this idiot say? He said, I think Fox just needs some friends. So my mum puts me with this guy, forces me to go out with this guy before anyway.
To be friends with the bully.
Yeah. I've told her, Mum, he laughs at my clothes all the time, like my clothes, because his family he used to get him some nice clothes when he was growing up, because he was a single kid. I'm a twin, innit? So it's not the same, innit? Yeah. And what's I saying? He said he thinks that I needed some friends. And then his mum said, do you just want some friends? I'm like that, because I can't talk. Like the pain, you got to remember, I've been battered by the rolling pin at yard. And then when I've gone down to this house and then she just put the belt in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, I can't talk. You know what I mean? How mad is that? But I can talk about this very easily now. There was a point in my life where I could cry over this subject very easily, but I've moved on. Even though you get other humans that think that they know your situation and saying, "Oh, you've got to get over it," and you got to move on. I have moved on because I've already tried to mend that relationship for the last 20 years, innit? You know what I mean? And
With your mum?
Yeah, and it's failed. It's failed predominantly. So I'm not wasting the next 10, 20 years doing that over. You know what I mean? Why waste time with people that don't care about you and don't love you? You know what I mean? And I think it's a bonus to even know these things, because sometimes you could just be confused for your whole life. I could have been confused and thought, why this? Why I know you don't love me, mum. You know what I mean?
How does that feel though? Like knowing that your mum doesn't love you now as an adult.
Well, I've had to accept these things because there's been too many situations where it's blatantly obvious. It's like, you know, it's like I'm not even related to them. It's like I'm not related to them.
So hold on. So you got a twin brother as well?
No, I've got a twin sister and I've got a younger brother.
So your twin sister, you two are good?
It's a bit awkward, but no, well, it was awkward, but we're really starting to. Well, all it is I send her videos of something funny on Instagram and we can laugh at things, you know. But you got to remember, she didn't get kicked out of the family home at 18. I did.
Okay.
So she's lived a life
very different.
Where she's never been arrested. She's always had a good career and a good job and all these things. Do you know what I mean? Everything I've done away from the family home. So my sister, I definitely love my sister, but she was on my mum's side. It was they made their own they had their own alliance. It was their alliance. They got their alliance. So I'll give you the perfect example, the best example, because I want to hear your voices too, because I feel like I've taken the show.
It's fine. Thank you for sharing.
I'm gonna have to make you laugh in some sort of way in a minute. This is like the deep bit, What was I saying? My sister. I lost it there. My sister.
They made an alliance.
No, that was ages ago. I kind of lost it. This is the thing about.
He was gonna give us an example or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what's an example? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, this is a really good example. So you know what twins are? Twins are born together. Yeah, they spend 9 months in the womb together. So there's some sort of connection, even on a basic scientific level. Yeah, even though we know there's more. Even if you want to get spiritual and all that, but there was a time in my life where my mum kicked me out of the house, and about a minute later, I'm hearing my sister going mad. Let him in now. You got to remember we're twins. You know what I mean? You got the mum, but we're...
So being apart's mad.
Huh?
Being apart doesn't even seem that normal at the point.
Well, the thing is, it's weird because my sister was a bit of a... She was a bit of a... I don't know how to say this without like being rude.
A pagan.
Yeah, that's quite polite. I think that's a polite.
Would you say a pagan?
She was a bit of a pagan, innit? But that sounds a bit rude, innit?
From what you're saying,
she was a bit. Because she was like a bit of a grass growing up.
Yeah. I could just imagine from what you're saying.
Yeah, she was a bit of a grass, and it's like she had an old soul in her young body. Because when me and all the cousins would go to the shops to get sweets, she'd be sat at yard watching Home and Away, or Emmerdale or something. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then she'd say to us, why didn't you get me any? We told you to come to the shop, innit?
You didn't want to come.
Yeah. So my example is when my mum kicked me out when I was like
18.
Like 14, no, about 14,
Wow.
yeah. Let me show you, about 14. She went, let him in now. And she just started screaming at my mum, like, and she had to let her, and she went quiet. My mum was weird. My mum went quiet, but my mum's like she's like the final boss, innit, of a like arcade fighting game, like Street Fighter, innit? Street Fighter 3000. My mum's the final boss. Don't mess with my mum. You can't take her on. So yeah, my mum's had to open the door, let me in, because my sister told her. My mum's gone quiet. Actually, I think she licked me with a stick a couple times across the head. Actually, she licked me with a stick, but then I was a black in the yard, innit? You know? I mean, like like the little toy. I think it was my brother's toy. You know, like the broomstick toys, the little ones, the little point.
Okay.
Quick lick to the head, yeah. But don't worry, I'm 14, innit? I can take that now, yeah.
It's a lot of trauma.
So my sister, wait. My sister now, I'm going to show you at 18 what happens when I get kicked out at 18 now, yeah? Now, I don't hear the sister voice that time, innit? 14, let him in. But by 18, I think my sister got fed up with me. My dad and my mum and dad had split up. So in that, I kind of lost my relationship with my mum got a lot worse because my sister was always with my dad. I was with my mum. And me and my sister were always together. Do you know what I mean? So when mum and dad split up, my sister got with my mum, and I was like out here alone. But yeah, let's just talk about your life or something. Your life. I feel a bit.
Do you know what? Thank you for sharing because you didn't have to share, but thank you.
That was a deep story.
We appreciate it a lot.
Yeah.
That was a lot, man, for you to share with us, especially because you sound like it's a lot of childhood trauma.
Yeah.
It's not. It's very difficult for people to talk about it. So we appreciate the fact that you felt comfortable enough to
and for making us a safe space.
Yeah.
But well, you look all my sisters and my cousins. You know what I mean? It's not like I got you lot. And somewhere else, I've got cousins that are just like whoever you lot are. And I'm sure there isn't that many. There's going to be a lot of similarities.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
I know you for laughing. I know you for laughing at things I say. I was watching the thing when I said about the kettle.
Yeah.
The kettle thing at that time. Yeah.
That was funny.
And then think about like my childhood memories of all my cousins are us just laughing. Us just laughing at.
It's true.
You know, like
back in the day, fun times.
Yeah. So
before responsibilities.
I'm grateful. I'm glad. Like it's cool
you.
to share it, and it was a thing where I couldn't talk about these things at once into my life. I moved to London 10 years ago, and I moved to my granny's house, and I stopped smoking weed, and I remembered everything. And I'd forgotten everything for about 10, 15 years. And then I remembered everything when I was like 26. And that's when I had to get back on it again. But before I got back on it, I had like a proper chat with my gran about it. Do you know what I mean? A proper chat. You got to remember that's my gran's daughter. Do you know what I mean? I told her some deep things that she didn't know had happened to me. But because my gran's from that generation, she felt a bit bad too because she planted some of them seeds as well. Do you know what I mean? But then it goes back because
it does.
I know for a fact I know that everyone to a certain, I don't know, 100, 200 years, 300 years, 400, I don't know, they were all getting licks. But if I have kids and don't beat my kids,
Foxamous, you're like nail on the head because it's the Caribbean thing, like you're talking about basically slavery, how we treat our children, licks as a form of punishment, and like you're talking about understanding that. So if your nan was doing that to your mum and she was doing it quite extreme, and then your mum is not thinking to myself, well, actually that really hurt me as a child, I'm not going to do it to my children, but then she just so then your nan is going to feel away because she's thinking I kind of failed in a certain aspect because here's my grandson right now and he's telling me this extreme level of abuse, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what you're describing is abuse. It's crazy.
Oh mate, listen, I ain't told you the mad stories, but I'll save them for when
I come
off the podcast. The mad ones are a bit mad. Whatever I told you, there's some mad ones in it, like mad ones that you just wouldn't imagine. But I wouldn't say them because that's I got to save that for my album.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you told us a joke.
So Foxamous, tell the people, and what are you up to currently?
At the moment, my eyes and hands are focused on money. I'm making a lot of money. I don't even call it money no more. I need capital.
Okay.
I need capital. I need budget money to fund my dream to the highest level. So I've had the taste of the music industry. I've been doing music a long time, but I've released a song called Pint with the Lads.
So what's your social media? We can hear that.
Foxamous, Fox.
On everything, where are you?
Foxamous for everything. YouTube it, Google it.
So we can find you.
Hold on. But don't take out the fact that I saw you on Mac 10,
Mac 10,
and he was doing his live performance and he was shouting so much he lost his voice.
It was literally like that.
It was so funny. It was actually funny. So you guys could find it on YouTube as well. No, I saw it on Instagram.
It's on Mac 10 Reloaded. Yeah, it's on Mac 10 Reloaded. But it's about 3 hours that set is. So just follow me on Instagram. Foxamous. Yeah.
Oh, and DJ AG as well. I see you there as well because I follow AG and I see you on there. I was like, who's this?
Listen, AG is like, he's like my brother. He's like my brother, literally. I met him before he blew up in music.
Yeah.
So he still shows me love now, and even though he's doing everything, he's just everywhere, and he's such a good guy. And I think he's living proof that if you're positive about things, you can manifest it. You can manifest it.
Amen to that.
And sometimes, listen to this one here as well. Sometimes I think AG was sent here from another dimension to help people. His soul. Some of you don't get what I'm saying, and some of you won't. Yeah. But I feel like he was sent here because I see him like in care homes coming in and DJing for these old ladies. And the thing is, them people in them care homes, they ain't, you know what I mean? It's not easy. It's not easy in the care home, you know. Who knows that if your family is visiting you or not visiting you, and you know what I mean, you're at the end of your life rather than that. So someone coming in to do that, imagine we're all in care home, we're all old with high batty and all that. Okay. All right. Pass me a biscuit. you know, like, we're all in a care home, yeah? And then it don't matter. It could be some guy that's a magician. We're signing up to that day, innit? We're going down in it. We're watching the show. So DJ AG coming into care homes, supporting. He's put everybody in the room together. He's put big famous people in the same room as someone starting out in it, and I realise now that's how it should be. Everyone's got a chance. Not everyone that's doing music has gone. Not everyone, but a lot of people that are doing music have gone through some sort of struggle. So, but with AG, he's kind of like. He's flipped the narrative. He's flipped it to the point where even like you got little kids coming up there singing Merry Christmas, and
he just opened up the door to anybody and anything. Like his platform is.
It's a good platform.
It's just for everybody.
It's enjoyment.
Yeah, it's
That's
actually about music, and it's actually about positive vibes.
Yeah.
So we have to give respect where respect is due, because he's doing his big one, to be honest.
And whilst we're talking about respect for you for coming on and giving us some pure laughter. I'm sure people will watch this. Yes, I'm sure people will watch this and they'll be giggling, and hopefully you get some followers from that, and you're going to find people wanting to talk to you because you're an amazing character. Don't let anyone tell you any different. When me and Shells met you, we said, we've got to get him on. He is hilarious.
And just a note to the bully that felt like you could punch him in the face. Talk to him real nice now, because if I catch you out on the streets, I'm going to kick you in your nose.
Yeah, don't mess with. Don't mess with my mamas. Don't mess with my mamas.
We're coming to get you.
We're getting cracking, bro.